What is up, Washington fans? So we got our butts kicked today. It almost got real ugly where we had to give up the sticks. They almost mad and 21-0 us, but it ended up being 20-0. Now, we did shoot ourselves in the foot. Steve Sims with a punt return fumble where we actually had a chance to make it a game, like tie it up. I think it might have been 7-0 at the time or 10-0. I really can't remember right now off the top of my head, but Stevenson with a fumble, Landon Collins had an interception. Next thing you know, Jaron Christian is a turntable, and we fumble. Dwayne Haskins fumbles. We're on their 5 or 10 yard line about to score and march down the field. They give us an easy field like they did last week against the Eagles, and we just fumble the bag and fumble the ball away. It was just awful. Brandon Sheriff is out. That injury looked bad. It looked really bad. It looks like Brandon Sheriff. I don't even want to say. I'm not gonna say what I think until they come up with the MRI. But it's not looking good for Brandon Sheriff. So we have our first major injury in a game for the Washington team. Kendall Fuller didn't play. Definitely could have used him. Thomas Davis didn't play. Definitely could have used him. D-Hop did whatever he felt like doing. Larry Fitz felt like whatever he did felt like doing. Jimmy Moreland's just too small of a man to go up against a man who's 6'5" or something like that. Future Hall of Famer. Christian Kirk had a long bomb. Andy Isabella had a long bomb catch. Kyler did whatever he felt like doing. Kyler was pretty inaccurate here and there. There were some plays where Kyler had some bad plays and missed some throws, but he ran over the field like he felt like doing. It was like a Madden game at first. It really was a pass the sticks Madden game, skunk type of game. But in reality, there were times where Washington really had a chance to make this a game. Like I said, we just fumbled the bag. Steven Sims, that's inexcusable. And Jaron Christian, I don't know if he's an NFL left tackle, in my opinion. I really don't know. I think he's a backup swing tackle at best. He had a false start as well. Brandon Sheriff was getting beat like a drum at times. He was getting beat like a drum. Ole let guys just go past him a few times. And it was bad. It was bad all around. I mean, Terry McLaurin is probably the bright spot on this roster. Over the offseason, we just needed more. I wanted us to sign a wide receiver. And I'm not going to go back to the offseason, but I think after we whiffed on Amari Cooper, I thought we should have went harder after a wide receiver to help out Terry McLaurin, to help out Steve Sims. Not just help Dwayne Haskins, but you got to help out Terry. Terry's the only guy out there. Steve Sims made some plays here and there, but we're just lacking at the wide receiver position. Everybody's like, this is a rebuild season. And you're looking around the NFC East, and you're like, man, if we actually play decent NFL football, then who knows what you can do in the NFC East. Looking at the Eagles' loss, they're 0-2. Giants don't look like a football. They're 0-2. Cowboys barely win by the skin of their teeth. It's like, man, it's not that hard in the NFC East. It's really not. So that's probably one of the biggest frustrating things. Dwayne Haskins, I know if everybody wants to give him a grade today, it's probably a C- at best. He missed some throws. His feet wasn't set. A little antsy in the pocket. Offensive line didn't help him at all. I think we can all agree on that. Played a lot better in the second half, played a lot better in the fourth quarter. Him and Terry had a good connection. Him and Logan Thomas just couldn't get a good connection today. Him and Inman couldn't get a good connection. Inman dropped the pass where I thought it was catchable. Logan Thomas, and it was like 3rd and 2 or something like that. Dwayne Haskins throws the ball a little too low to Inman where it was a catchable ball. It should have been a first down. But Dwayne just threw the ball down, and I thought Inman caught it, but it actually hit the ground. And Inman was like this, and the ball hit the ground. He overthrew Logan Thomas, which could have been a first down as well. So, and then Dwayne made some good throws, some slant passes to Terry McLaurin, and made a nice pass to Steven Sims a few times. We'll look at Dwayne's stats. Of course, Chase Young is solid. Had a sack. I think he had 2 sacks today. I guess we'll get to Trapke. Troy Apke, of course, he let somebody get behind him. I think it was Andy Isabella that got behind him or Christian Kirk that got behind him for like a 50-yard pass or something like that. Trapke looks like trash. People are calling him Trashkey. He looked bad today. Deron Payne got a sack. Of course, Ronald Darby got beat. Who else? Cam Sims had an offensive pass interference, of course, just making bonehead plays. He played well on special teams. Trust Way played well. He's probably a bright spot on the team, one of the few bright spots on the roster. Jaden McKissick played a lot better. Antonio Gibson got his first touchdown. Antonio Gibson played better. Scott Turner, his play calling was pretty trash in the first half, like it was in the Eagles game. Got better towards the end when he tried to force feed Terry McLaurin. That's the best play call. Just get the ball to 17. That's probably your best play in the playbook. Just get the ball to 17. Just get to McLaurin. Jada McKissick played better. Morgan Moses had a hold on the goal line, which kind of set us back. We could have got 6, 7 points instead of 3, where it was a holding penalty, 10-yard penalty, pushed us back. And then Dwayne missed the pass to Logan. They just couldn't get on the same connection, same page on that one. That should have been a touchdown drive, in my opinion. Cameron Curl played pretty well today. And Cardinals were running wildcat. They were disrespectful. Went for it on 4th down one time in their own 30-yard line. They went for it on 4th down. Ron Rivera had a good challenge call with the 12 men on the field. That was probably his best coaching move today. I kind of questioned going for it on 4-2 the second time. I thought he should have just went for a 1. The second touchdown we had. I mean, I'm not mad about it, but hey, it is what it is. I think we should have just went for 1 on that one. The first time we went for 2, I wasn't mad about it. But the second time, like, let's say if the defense did get a stop, we could have, got a stop, scored, touchdown, and then do the onside kick. I just think he should have went for 1. But it's no big deal. Who cares on that one? Trying to think what else happened. Landon Collins, I know he got burned a couple times. People were going in on Landon Collins. Bostic got a sack. Dwayne, he's got to play better, and it's growing pains. He's going to take his lumps and bumps and bruises. The guy had, 7 starts last season. This is officially, I want to say, his 9th start as an NFL quarterback. He's got a lot to learn. I don't want to make a whole bunch of excuses. New regime, different offensive coordinator. So this is, no preseason, no OTAs, no mini camps. So it's an adjustment for him, and he's learning. He's got to get better. You got to play to get better. You don't get better. Some guys get better by sitting on the bench, but I think Dwayne has to play to get better. He has to start better. First quarter has to look like your fourth quarter, and your third quarter. Your first quarter looks like you're just not ready, like you're not ready to play. That's what it's looking like. First and second quarter is just looking like he's not ready to play. And today, I mean, he went 19 for 33, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, no pick. I mean, the best thing you can say about Dwayne is no picks. That's the best thing you can really say is no interceptions. So a little bit of improvement, a little bit, but Kevin Pierre-Louis was all over the field, 15 tackles. Jimmy Moreland's just too small out there for the bigger receivers like D-Hop and Larry Fitz, just too small. But he plays with a lot of heart. And Matt Ionize looked like he was limping a little bit. Some people are mad at Ron Rivera for not calling the timeout at the end. I guess he just didn't think it was a winnable game. I didn't really see it because I headed out. I think I headed out. I think I ended the stream. I think I beat traffic by that time. So that's just what happened with that one. Jack Del Rio, not one of his better games. But like I said, the offense just didn't help the defense. Our defense is basically our offense. We're just relying on the defense to make turnovers and put us on the Cardinals 30-yard line, or put us on the Eagles 20-yard line, or put us on the Eagles 10-yard line. That's we're relying on that. And we're not going to win a lot of games that way. We're just not. We're not going to go. We won't even win 6 games if we're just going to rely on our defense to save us every game. It's just not going to happen. So it's a long way to go. There's not a lot of free agents in there to bring in at the wide receiver position or even at the left tackle position. Brandon Sheriff looks like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, I'm not going to say what I think is going to happen with Brandon Sheriff and the injury, but it looks like I'm just not going to say what I think, but it looked bad. The injury looked really, really bad. So the offensive line goes from worse to even worse. It's trash right now, so it's going to be even more trash. Hopefully Sadiq can play next week, but that's a rookie left tackle that we're going to have to rely on, a 4th-round rookie left tackle to rely on, So we play the Browns next week with Myles Garrett, and it might get a little ugly with Myles Garrett against Jerron. It might get real ugly. And then Odell and Jarvis going up against, Jimmy and Fab and Troy Apke. I mean, it might get ugly. And Darby, it might get ugly. It could get going. I can see it going really bad. But at the same time, the Browns are the Browns, so we probably should have put up a good fight against the Browns. We just got to play a lot better. I don't know if Dwayne did the halftime speech this time. Didn't work this time, but, as long as he's trying to be a captain and doing that, that's good. So we took an L. We took an L, man. We took a big L. Fat L. So just got to go back to the drawing board and play better, man. My prediction before the season was 6-10. It's looking that way after this game. So, all right, y'all. Once again, we are technically, I think, at the top of the NFC East because everybody else is trash, and the Cowboys definitely should have lost today. But, they got lucky with their onside kick. All right, the Falcons are just trash. Of course, they would let that happen. All right, y'all. Hail to Washington. Peace. I probably should not have had this flag. I probably should have had my original flag, but of course, I don't want to have the offensive flag because, you know, I remember when Maryland beat Syracuse like 63-21. Then they played Penn State at home and they lost like 69-0, something like that. That's how this game feels. We were just so hyped up for Washington. We were so hyped for the Terps. The Terps play the next game, get there and get humbled by the Penn State. So, but all right, I'm done. Hail to the football team. Peace.